Welcome back into North Dakota. Today we are cooking with Cashway. Randall, what are we working on today?
So a couple episodes back, we did the turkey tinga.
Yes.
So we're doing something here with Cuban.
Oh, okay.
So it's called a picadillo.
We're staying on a theme.
Right. So if you think about it like Cuban sloppy Joe.
Oh.
But
sloppy
but not so sloppy.
Oh. Okay.
Less sloppy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it in some phyllo dough, which is like a very thin pastry.
Okay.
And we're going to make little cigars.
Oh, that's fun.
And then we have a little dipping sauce.
Gotcha.
So we're going to start out, and I have some onions and green peppers going here.
We just have those ready to go.
Well, this is called a sofrito, okay? And the reason I'm using this style of a pan is that I want it wide so I can get a lot of evaporation real quick. If I use like a saucepan, I'm going to get it's too high, and I'm not going to evaporate and get the kind of the caramelization that I want.
That's something I wouldn't have even considered, is the size of the pan that you have to keep in mind.
And a lot of people don't.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's one of the things I used to teach in culinary school was, hey, you know, it's really important that you understand what we're trying to do here. When you're reducing something, you're concentrating it. When you're sweating something, you're evaporating.
Okay.
When you're reducing, you're evaporating. So you're always concentrating flavor.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we concentrate flavor, and now what I want to do is I want to cook that rawness out of that tomato paste. It just gives it a little more rounder, fuller flavor.
Okay.
So see, I'm kind of now that's getting real concentrated there again. Mm-hmm. So before I added the white wine, I want this to kind of reduce down, again, concentrating those flavors. It's a big part of doing this. This is very similar to something the Italians call bolognese.
Oh, okay.
Same kind of process. And there's a lot of similarity between those cuisines because they use sofrito, which is Spanish but Italian. So if you think about, you know, how these different cuisines have passed along the way, a lot of these techniques have passed as well. Now we're going to introduce the tomato paste.
Okay.
And we're going to introduce the ground beef, and then we'll add our seasoning in here. And this is something called Sazon.
Okay.
It's right here, and it's this one happens to be cilantro and achiote. So annatto is kind of a achiote seed is where annatto comes from, and it gives the foods kind of a yellowish color. Oh. There is a little bit earthy quality that comes off of this, but that's about it.
It's really convenient having that like packet ready to roll too. It just has everything that you need.
So what we'd be doing is we'd be adding our cooked off ground beef to this point.
Okay.
We'd add in our olives and our raisins.
Okay. Raisins, interesting.
Yep. And then our little bay leaf. And then what we'll do is we'll cook all that down.
All right.
And what we do is we get something that looks a lot like this.
There it is right there.
So here is our picadillo already cooked.
Okay.
All right, and what we're going to do is in the next segment, we're going to roll that into cigars.
Gotcha. Well, we'll put this all together when we get back. We're cooking with Cashway on North Dakota today.